Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Anthony, and in today's video, I'm going to talk to you about my top 5 fashion research websites. But before we get started, don't forget to like and subscribe because it really does help my channel grow. And don't forget to leave a comment down below, try and reply to all my comments, so let's get chatting. Okay, let's just get straight in there and start off with my number 5. Net-a-Porter and Mr. Porter, or generally any online retail store, such as Matches.com, LNCC, Okini, any kind of online retail websites like that is really important when you are doing your trend research. So you can see all the designers in one space, which is really useful because you can see different common threads of trends that are coming through. So for example, if you're seeing loads of diamantes, or if you're seeing loads of puffer jackets, or if you're seeing loads of crop tops, wherever it might be, and all these different designers have got them, then you know it's a hot trend and you need to include it in your design research. It's really good because there is clear imagery on white backgrounds. So when you're building mood boards, it's actually quite nice sometimes to have that clean white aesthetic. But also, they've got really good detailed shots zoomed into the garments, the bags, to the shoes, so you can see the different details there and make sure that you're including these key features in your designs and also in your trend research. The white backgrounds are really good for mood boards, in-store reports, trend reports, and shop reports. Let me know in the comment section below what your favourite online retailers are and how you use them in your design research. Okay, my number 4. Fashion Beans and the Trend Spotter. These two websites have a great overview of the current trends. They delve into loads of different subjects and it's more like a blog-based style or an online magazine, which is really good because not only can you get key imagery, you can also read and research on what the actual trends are, which is really useful for when you're presenting your trend reports or presenting your research. You actually have a bit more knowledge, so you can sound a lot more informed and you know what you're talking about, and these trends are things that you need to hit. They've also got really good sections on streetwear style, which is really important because whatever's going on the street needs to be included in trend reports, because if it's happening on the street and you haven't got it, then that's what all the people are wearing, so why isn't it in your range? So you need to make sure you're including street shots and all of that sort of stuff in your trend research, but it's really good for that kind of imagery. They have loads of different campaign shoots and different features on the website, so you can actually see what brands are doing for campaign imagery, and it's really good on a personal level because it has what to wear sections, so it'll say what are the latest sunglasses, what's the best jackets, what is the best type of maxi dress or any kind of thing like that, so you know what to wear yourself, and also you can guide your customers into what they should be wearing. They have really good sections on grooming and beauty, so if you're in them kind of industries where you're doing makeup or grooming products, it kind of shows you a good overview of what's on the market and also what's out there. And it's also really good for yourself. If you need some new hair products, if you need some new, I don't know, beard combs. I think I need a beard comb at the moment, but yeah, if you need anything like that, then it's all on these kind of websites. What's really good about these websites is it's a really good insight into people's purchasing habits. If they're saying that a lot of people are spending money on, say, bum bags, then you know that bum bags is a hot ticket item and that you should be including them in your range. So it's a really good research tool, and it's a really good thing to start reading up on what the different trends are, and that's what these two websites are really good at doing. I'm sure there's loads more out there, but these are the two that I use for both menswear and women's wear. But yeah, if you've got any websites similar to these that you use, I would love to see them. Let's start building a community that supports each other and starts sharing research tools, because in all honesty, sometimes it's really difficult to get the kind of inspiration that you need for your range, and if we can share all of that information, then it makes us all better designers. Okay, so my number 3, Pinterest. Now first of all, let me say that Pinterest, in my opinion, is amazing. I use Pinterest all the time. It's really good for research, it's really good for fashion, it's really good for personal use as well. There's no end to the amount of things that you can use for Pinterest, and also it's free, so if you haven't got an account, you should sign up. It's really, really good. What's really good about Pinterest when you're doing your trend research is that you can directly search your different trends. So for example, if you're looking up florals, you can type in florals and loads of different florals come up. But if you want to be more specific, like vintage florals, or you want hand-drawn florals or anything like that, you can search them up, and it's a direct search engine that you can see the images straight away. Not only is it good for that, it's really good that if you click on certain images, most of the time, them images have got a link to a different website. So for example, I was researching 70s inspired garments the other week, and I clicked on one of the images and it led me to this blog that was purely 70s inspired imagery. It was close up to different bags, shoes, all of that sort of stuff, and it's exactly what I needed for doing my research. Another thing that's really good is you can collate all of your images onto different boards, and what's really good about that is you can see all the images that you've collected together, and then you can share it with the rest of your team, which means that your team can see the kind of direction that you're going in, and if you're going off on a massive tangent that they weren't expecting, they can say, hey, Ant, oh my god, you've gone off on this weird tangent about 70s when actually we were just talking about 70s style and aesthetic. I've also mentioned this in a previous video when I talk about my top 5 favourite apps that you need to be a successful designer. It's really good. I've mentioned it before and I can't say how much I love Pinterest. If you want to watch that video, I'll leave a link somewhere around here. And if you want to see my Pinterest, I'll leave a link to it down in the description below. Okay, my number 2, tag the walk. Now, Tag the Walk is really, really good, and it's something that I've more recently discovered in the past 2 years. I don't actually know how old the website is, but it's really, really good. It kind of splits out different categories. It also splits it out into men's, women's wear, accessories, footwear, and all of that sort of stuff. And you can go in and click different seasons, and it splits out that season's runway images into trend bite-size sections. You can scroll down and there's usually about between 50 and 100 different trends that it's captured from the catwalk, and it puts it into these really nice layouts where it's really simple to read. So what's really good about this website is you can direct search the trend that you're looking for. So if it be shoulder bags, if it be knitted or anything kind of like that, you can direct search in and it'll search through its bank of images and find all of them related images that it's got into that specific trend, which is really useful, and it's quite a speedy way of getting things together. But I would be cautious because it doesn't just look at what's going on now, it looks into the past as well. It's really good for catwalk images, so you can find the majority of the catwalk images on this website. You can also look at Vogue and all of that sort of stuff, but you can find the majority of the images on this website, which is great. Furthermore, if you click into tag trends, it actually categorizes it into men's and women's wear, and then also further goes on and looks at the catwalk for that specific season, and then puts it into sections with maybe 5 images showing you what that specific trend is on that runway. And it goes into a lot of detail, so it'll go into leather coats, it'll go into silver and loads of different things like that. It'll have 5 images representing it, but what's also really, really good is if you don't like them 5 images that it's shown, you can click the little grey worded section that says see more images, and loads more images with that trend will come up. So you can pick and choose the kind of images that you want for your trend research. It's actually really good, and it's saved me a lot of time in the past when I've had to do trend reports to directors and I have to say what the trends were on the catwalks for that timing. Honestly, it's so useful. I can't rave enough about it. You do have to be a member to use it, but it's free, so why not? Go and sign up right now. And before I talk about my number 1, I just want to talk about a couple of honourable mentions. You know, there's so many websites out there that is really good for trend research. I could not talk about my top 5 without mentioning these few little ones on the extra. So obviously, if you need to look up trend or catwalk or anything like that, you can go onto vogue.com and look at it. And what's really good is in different libraries across the world, they have Vogue archives, which is free to look at. So you can go and look at the 70s Vogues, the 60s Vogues, 1920s Vogues if you want to, and see broad history of what was going on back then. Then you've also got websites like GQ, Kith, Harper's Bazaar, and they're common ones that I always use when I'm doing my research. Sometimes it's great to see what's going on in magazines, sometimes it's great to see what's going on in retail stores, and also kind of more bloggy kind of things as well when you're doing your trend research. Okay, so my number 1, WGSN. Now, WGSN is absolutely brilliant when it comes to trend research. If you're a designer, you need WGSN to do your job efficiently. They have got a lot of trend related articles. They do forward fashion forecasting, which basically predicts what the trends are going to be 2 to 3 years in advance of what it actually is now. So I'm currently looking at autumn winter 21. I'm also looking at spring summer 22. It's really good to have that snapshot of the future of where it could be. and a lot of brands use WGSN to direct them and guide them into the way that they need to be designing. So you know the majority of the time WGSN are going to hit the mark because just so many people are using it. They also do catwalk reports. Now what's different about their catwalk reports to Tag the Walks is that WGSN goes into a lot more detail. They'll probably have 10 or 15 images on a page of the catwalk report, and then they'll also have a little written section at the side about what the trends are, what the key designers are that have been using it, and they also talk about how you can apply them. You can also go into a different section where it's like view more images so you can get more images. So it's just really good, really. There's loads of stuff in there. They have really good inspiration images. So in their kind of future forecast trend reports, they also include images of different Instagrams, different blogs, different websites, different magazines that they've been seen around, and you can click in, find out where they're from, and then go onto the website and do some more research. And finally, it gives you a really good insight into the market. So it does buyers briefings and things like that, so you can see what buyers in different companies, so they're the kind of people that would, after you've designed it, they'll put it into the stores basically and say which store it goes into. Also merchandisers do this, but a lot of time companies have buyers to do it, and it kind of gives buyers an idea of what kind of denim they should be putting into the stores, the different styles, the different silhouettes, the different shape, all of that sort of stuff in one place, so at least they know where to place their big sellers. The only downside to WGSN is it's a subscription-based service and it costs a lot of money, in the thousands I believe. I actually can't find out how much it is per year because a lot of the time it's a company-based thing. So I'm really lucky that I work at a company that gives me access to WGSN. So when I'm doing my trend report, I use our company login and I can use it that way. So as I say, your company has to subscribe to this, but the majority of fashion companies do subscribe to WGSN and it's really good to use. I do think WGSN is sometimes difficult to navigate, and if you want me to do a video about how to navigate through WGSN, I'm more than happy to do that. Leave a comment in the section below if you want me to do a video like that. But overall, I love WGSN. It's a really good website and it's really good for trend research. Alright everyone, thanks for watching. That was my top 5 research websites for fashion. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to click that beautiful red subscribe button down below. Please also leave a comment down below. I try to reply to all my comments so we can grow the community around us. And I really like to hear what you guys think of the video. If there's any bits that you liked or didn't like, let me know. Don't forget to follow me on social media. My Instagram is Antony James London. There's no H in that, Antony. And my Twitter is SoCalledFashion. So go and follow me on there. Please, please, please also check out my Etsy shop as well, where you can support this channel and buy CADs and vectors to help support you in your everyday design life. Alright, okay, thanks for watching. Alright, bye. Tra tra tra. Bye.